You are now listening to Mr. Z Blackneffect.
We'll do it live.
Okay. No.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live.
What's going on, y'all? What's going on? What's going on? Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat on the way in. What's up, everybody? What's up? What's up? So we had to do that because we're about a little over 15 minutes late. And so Mr. Z said, we'll just play the Bill O'Reilly because we would get our materials together, and reckless streams, don't put it in the comments, you will get sniped, right? So Gitmo says, Z is here to save these 304s. I'm not a Captain Save 'em. More care about this society, or us as black men. We do live here, right? We are of the world and in the world. Shout out to the Christian folks. And so because we are here as black men, and if this collapses, we go down with it. Yeah, no, that's what Mr. Z cares about. Black people, black men, and the fact that we're here, right? We are here. And if this falls, yeah, you're gonna be, what's his name, off of the Titanic. You will be sinking under the waves also. Maybe you won't be first, right? Like, that's the thing. If this gets bad enough, we all drown, right? We all drown. Some of us who are in better positions in our life, who are properly situated, maybe we don't drown first, right? But eventually it gets bad enough, we all drown, right? So yeah. So yeah, and then thank you for that. Thank you for that. Yeah, who was that? I thought it was Gitmo. It was actually Jeff. What's going on, Jeff? And my apologies, Gitmo and Jeff. I'm mistaking y'all for each other, but Gitmo is right there, and he says, "What's up? What's going on, Gitmo? What's going on? What's going on with you?" And right, and from Africa I came says, "You a Care Bear, Z, admit it." And yeah, I might be. And to prove that, oh boy. Shout out to all my Caribbean folks and my Haitian folks. We gonna start off with the BS early. I was thinking about what thumbnail I should use, and I was really tempted to make it the Haitian flag and make this the main event. And shout out to Dr. Thunder, make this the main event. Yeah, but I think we should actually start off with the BS early. Z, already, not even 5 minutes in, we gonna start off with the rage bait. And you get your blood pressure medication ready, y'all, especially us Caribbean folks. Oh man, especially us Haitian and Haitian descent folks. Get your blood pressure medication ready. For those of you that wonder why Mr. Z isn't gung-ho about ending up with a fellow Haitian, yeah. Continuing.
I'm the firstborn daughter of 2 immigrant Haitian parents, and my dad, yes, he's bald. You think I'm gonna let somebody's son play in my face? What do I look like settling? 25, living rent-free in my house. My parents' house, that is. Home-cooked meals every day. My own bedroom. I don't have to work if I don't want to. My parents are dreading the day that I move out. I do not contribute financially to this household. Do you think I'm gonna settle for 50-50? Out of your damn mind? Wrong one. Not me. Wrong girl. I don't only have 2 parents that cater to my every whim. My grandma lives in this house too. She gets mad when I do my own laundry. I hope that puts into perspective the kind of luxury that I've been raised in. I'm spoiled. I am. And I'm going to enter into adulthood the same way. I was raised thinking I'm the prize. I'm a princess. I don't expect anything less with my significant other. Hello? If that's a character flaw, so be it. But I will be damned to be somebody's maid, somebody's cook. Ask me the last time I mopped the floor. So I post all the time like I'm single, that I'm not gonna find a man, but like the men trying to holler at me now, like this is not what you want. Like, if you're not ready to be my servant, you don't want this. I'm pretty to look at. I can give you that. I'm not what you want. Y'all want 50-50. Y'all want women that cook and clean for you. Not me. Could never.
Okay. First, we don't know how old or young the young lady is. So let's make sure we put that on the table. Second, this mindset is more, it goes further than just the Haitian or the Haitian American community, black folks. This, I would argue, is a prevailing and increasing mindset among the young ladies. Mom and dad and grandma, and they have a network, they have a community, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. And what the ladies are saying, as Mr. Z has been saying, is for me to take you seriously. We're not talking about bedroom fun, everyone. We're not talking about triple X activity here. We're not even barely talking about situationship. For her to take you seriously, for it to be a relationship, you have to buy her out of this. That is what the young lady is expressing. You have to be more than dad, mom, grandma. I would argue same level with all of them combined in what they afford her or above. Above obviously being the ideal. But if you look good enough, you could get in for the cheap with being same level as all of them combined, maybe a smidge under if you come with enough status and looks. Maybe some good triple X fun. Huh? This is one of the issues that individual men are coming in contact with. The ladies are saying, let's be clear, Mr. Z is stressing this. I'm saying it everywhere. The ladies don't have no damn money. And even for the ones with money, with a bit of status, they're doing okay-ish on their own, right? You still come face to face with what, Z?
How old are you?
I'm 29.
Are you single?
Yes,
Why are you single right now?
because the men are not enough rich to take care of me.
So you're looking for a rich man.
Yes, I want to be spoiled.
Why does he have to be rich?
Because I want to be spoiled. Because I make my own money and I need to be dominated.
The young lady I played earlier, the Haitian young lady, she is saying this. She will deny it. She will vehemently deny it, but she is saying this. My parents, my grandma, my lifestyle has spoiled me. And if you can't afford me that, there's no need to take you seriously. Now, by the way, no problem with that until you scale it. For any young woman listening to me, for any woman listening to me, for any technocrat listening to me, nothing wrong with this until you scale it. Until it's not just this young lady. Until it's not just Haitian Americans. Until it's not just Caribbean Americans. Until it's not just black folks. Huh? See, when you have white women and Latina women and black women, huh? Asian women, and any significant number that think like this, oh, you got a problem. And guess what? I would argue at least a large minority do think like this, feel like this. It's you as an individual man versus their entire, air quotes, community and network. And can you buy them out of their autonomy, their freedom, their independence, their negative liberty? Huh? What happens when you scale this young lady's worldview? Her way of viewing relationships, her way of viewing men. When you scale that, when you multiply that across millions of women, young women, under the age of 30, if you want to be super generous, under the age of 35. What happens when you scale her mentality? And let's be very clear, Mr. Z is not the only one who's observing this and realize that is actually what the ladies are saying. You have to buy me out of this. Mr. Z is not the only one that sees this. Mr. Z is not the only black person that sees this. Continuing.
When y'all be saying, hey, I mean, ain't gotta match my lifestyle. I mean, ain't gotta match what I actually be doing. Why y'all be cutting corners? Rhetorical question. When y'all be dating these men and y'all talk about how they need to match your lifestyle, why y'all always do it with group project money? And by group project money, what I mean is, it don't be just you going by yourself to Nobu on a random Tuesday evening. It's like, no, that's a special event. You went with your girls for your birthday, and then it was 10 of y'all. So, yeah, 10 of y'all should have been able to split $3,000. Or you did go out the country, right? But when you went out the country again, and it was you and 5 of your friends that actually could make it out the group chat. And so y'all was sharing rooms, and you didn't go by yourself, right? So it was a travel package. But you telling him if he can't do that for you on a regular, you're not doing that on a regular. Why, when y'all be saying, hey, I mean, ain't gotta match my lifestyle. I mean, ain't gotta match what I actually be doing. Why y'all be cutting corners? Because y'all be talking to him like y'all the boss that actually employ the whole city. You the big baller that, you know, making everything move, shake, and function. No, when y'all go get sections, it don't be one person who buy the section. Y'all collaborate that effort. And good, right? Good girlfriends should do that for one another, but it never gave you live like that. It always give group project. So why he gotta come and fill in the group project? Like, was he supposed to outbeat 8 incomes? All I'm saying is, you ain't setting up a fair fight there, mamas. You also gotta match what you bring to the table.
They don't want a fair fight. They want a sponsor. What the ladies are dealing with now is not having a sponsor. At scale, working class, working poor, lower middle class, white women, black women in majority, vast majority, Latina women in majority, goddamn Z, even a little bit of few Asian women, especially East Asian women. What they're running into is not having a goddamn sponsor. Huh? What they're running into is what their independence, autonomy, and freedom actually costs them. What this young lady was describing is what Mr. Z is describing. The women are comparing you versus their entire community and network. This is what happened when feminist and actually radical feminist ideology spreads throughout the world, particularly the Western world. Men are seen as a burden. Men and boys are seen as a burden. So you must buy your way in. Unfortunately for the ladies and their delusion, not enough men have that money, and the ones that do, you give it up to them for free. Ooh, goddamn. Or little. Yikes. Huh? Dear ladies, the men see your game. They see it. They appreciate it. They're not playing. Go munch on each other. That young lady perfectly described what's going on. Y'all are living life on discount mode. And you're looking to live life on free. When you at your parents' home, you're living life on discount or free. You're looking for a man to continue that for you. The vast majority of you don't got it. The median salary in America is $43,000 a year. The average salary in America is $64,000 a year. You ladies don't got it. We know you don't got it, at least in the black manosphere, at least on this side of the black manosphere. At least on Mr. Z's channel, we know you don't got it. Huh? We know you don't got it. We know.
Yo, the way men see women nowadays as like little starving feed the children commercials, you know, little African kids with flies on their face and shit. That's how men see women nowadays. Just begging for food and money. And that's wild, you know what I mean? Because a lot of us got our own shit, for real.
Most of you don't. Shout out to LAR for that video. LAR movement, check them out. That's L.A.R. movement. I would argue, no, it's not that. It's that y'all are looking to be subsidized. Most of you don't got it, especially black women. You don't. You don't have anything in savings. You don't earn enough, and you're spendthrifts. You're looking to be sponsored, but you're looking to be sponsored and simultaneously telling black men in particular,
what happened to men just shutting the fuck up and going to work? Every time. It's a podcast. It's a meme. It's a stream. Take y'all ass to work and shut the fuck up. Y'all talk too damn much about nothing. About how y'all ain't giving the women no motherfucking money. We don't want to hear it, okay? We don't want to hear it. Okay, you broke. We got it. Like, please. I'm tired of the think pieces. I'm tired of it. Damn, just be quiet.
no. If men, black men in specific, are broke, then what are black women? Black men earn more than black women? Black men have more than black women? Huh? Black men still start more businesses than black women? Black men still have more wealth than black women? There are more black men represented $50,000 a year and above than black women? More black men that earn $100,000 a year or more. There are more black male millionaires, even though there's 2 million, give or take, 2 million less black men than black women in America. No, we will not shut the F up. Make us. Ooh, goddamn you. Y'all been trying and failing. It ain't the 80s anymore. It's not the 90s anymore. See, in the 80s and the 90s and the early aughts, dear women, black women in specific, y'all got to run the yard in conversation. Unfortunately for you, y'all don't have all the talk shows and y'all don't have the monopoly over the conversation anymore. All the news segments. Yeah, the internet and social media then changed the game. It's democratized the town square. So y'all don't get to go pull on white men's coat anymore and pull on something else. And have them kick black men in the face for you anymore. Uh-oh. Huh? No women, no black women. I'm glad the young lady said it because that was the goal. The goal is for black men in specific to provide, protect, and shut up. That is the goal. That's why Mr. Z spams the button.
I miss when men used to protect, provide, and shut up.
Huh? Man. So back to the Haitian young lady. She is looking to be bought. She is looking for ease and leisure, for no friction, for frictionlessness. Mr. Z, can you pronounce it? There you go. Huh? She's looking for a frictionless existence. Fine. Good luck on that. Shout out to all my Haitian men and young men. Pull it if you want to. She's still going to blow that up. She's still going to blow that relationship up. Her being spoiled doesn't end at the relationship if you provide enough financially. She's telling you she's not going to cook. She's not going to clean. That means she's not going to prioritize you at all. She's not going to prioritize those kids either. She's not going to prioritize those children either. she's going to blow that relationship up. That is what she is saying. Huh? So to all my Caribbean folks, Caribbean men, Haitian men in specific, pull it with her or a woman like her if you want to. To all the black men, pull it. Leave her for the white men. Dear white men, you got one. Come get her. Huh? Dear white men.
Mario, Jorge, Cartwright, Shang Tsung, we got a thrift store of leftover bitches. They're leftover because apparently it ain't enough niggas is worth a damn. Whatever. Point is they leftover. We need you to come pick them up. No instruction manual. Figure it out. Sprinkle some white ice on it. Maybe, I've heard the white ice is colder. Sprinkle some white ice on it. It goes with everything. If you come within the next 24 hours, we'll give you a complimentary book on how to date black women for white men. That's a $4 value.
Huh? To the white guys, the Latino guys, maybe an Asian or two, come get her. Us Haitian guys said we'll pass. The rest of the Caribbean said we'll pass. The black diaspora said we'll pass. So to you non-black dudes, you could come and get her. Huh? I'm glad the young lady said it. And for those of you who just got in and want to know what we are making reference to and what we are reviewing, continuing. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat.
I'm the firstborn daughter of 2 immigrant Haitian parents, and my dad, yes, he's bald. You think I'm gonna let somebody's son play in my face? What do I look like settling? 25, living rent-free in my house. My parents' house, that is. Home-cooked meals every day. My own bedroom. I don't have to work if I don't want to. My parents are dreading the day that I move out. I do not contribute financially to this household. Do you think I'm gonna settle for 50-50? Out of your damn mind? Wrong one. Not me. Wrong girl. I don't only have 2 parents that cater to my every whim. My grandma lives in this house too. She gets mad when I do my own laundry. I hope that puts into perspective the kind of luxury that I've been raised in. I'm spoiled. I am. And I'm going to enter into adulthood the same way. I was raised thinking I'm the prize. I'm a princess. I don't expect anything less with my significant other. Hello? If that's a character flaw, so be it. But I will be damned to be somebody's maid, somebody's cook. Ask me the last time I mopped the floor. So I post all the time like I'm single, that I'm not gonna find a man, but like the men trying to holler at me now, like this is not what you want. Like, if you're not ready to be my servant, you don't want this. I'm pretty to look at. I can give you that. I'm not what you want. Y'all want 50-50. Y'all want women that cook and clean for you. Not me. Could never.
Now, when I say you girl dads, this is the daughter I am describing. To all you girl dads, to the brother that we covered last year with the dreads, I think he was also on tonight's conversations or one of those with the glasses. Huh? Y'all remember that brother was saying something like, I don't raise my daughter that because I think the daughter was probably in her preteens or something or whatever I think he described. That essentially, you ain't gonna work, you ain't gonna do this, so man gonna have to do this and that. Yeah, this is your daughter in 10, 15 years, bro. Huh? To all you girl dads, good luck having a daughter like this and getting her married off. She gonna be in your pockets for the rest of your life. That little nursing job she do, that little $80,000 a year nursing job she do, she's still gonna be in your pockets. It's not enough. Huh? Listen to the young lady talk. Essentially, a man needs to buy her out of her air quotes, spoilness into even more spoiled. Good luck. Huh? Good luck. So when you hear men from the black manosphere, particularly Mr. Z, get on some of you girl dads, and you think I'm just a little sexist troll, little misogynistic troll, anti-black woman, this is what Mr. Z is describing. And no, ADOS, don't think your daughters that grew up kind of comfortable don't think like this too. Oops. To all you Jamaicans, hey, she Haitian, all right? That ain't me. Yeah. So you think. That ain't my daughter. So you think. To you Nigerians, oh goddamn, you thought you were safe. Huh? Yes, your Igbo daughter, this is her. Your Yoruba daughter, yeah, this is her. To you South Africans, goddamn. The ones with some money. Huh? Yeah, this is your daughter. Good luck getting her married off. She better end up with one of those dudes in her circle, because if not, she gonna be out here. Huh? This is why Mr. Z says let them talk. This is why Mr. Z says the internet will expose us all. Just give them the camera phone and let them record themselves and let them talk long enough so they could get to the good part of the conversation. Not the little shallow end kiddie pool part of the conversation. The men are sexist and they're colorist and they're fatphobic and then they're homophobic and they want us as slaves and you let the lady talk long enough and she told you, no, you're supposed to be my slave, and there you go. To all the technocrats, huh? To you sexist ass mothers, black mothers, to all you sexist girl dads, let your daughters talk long enough. We gonna get right here. Huh? Once again, y'all allow for the ladies to be in the kitty side of the pool in conversation when it comes to man-woman conversation. And on the kitty side of the pool, on the 3 feet side of the pool, it's always men are sexist and they want to be us. They want us to be barefoot and pregnant, and they're insecure by our education, and they're insecure by our money, and they're intimidated by us. And that's on the kitty side of the pool. That's the 3 feet side of the pool in conversation. Bring them to the 6 feet side of the pool, the 7 and 8 feet side of the pool. Huh? Bring the ladies to the 6 and 7 and 8 feet side of the pool. Bring them to the Olympic pool. Huh? Let them get all the shallow, surface level crap out. And see how quickly they turn sexist, misandrous, consumerist. Huh? See how quickly they turn selfish and self-centered. Huh? What's going on, Kwame? That's another perk we're gonna start doing for the members. We're gonna start shouting y'all out when I see y'all. That's it, right? So Kwame is the first to get shouted out of the members. We're gonna start that this stream. For all of you I missed, we're gonna catch y'all next stream. Huh? Earl, what's going on? Jeff, we said what's up to Jeff earlier. Huh? What's going on, Tunnel Runner? Right. Getmo, we said shout out to Getmo earlier. So appreciate that. Yes, that's a Haitian American young lady. But let's be clear. This is not limited to Haitian Americans. This is not limited to the Caribbean. This is not limited to the Black diaspora. No, many of your daughters who grew up pretty comfortable This is them. You want to know why your highly educated, comfortable daughter is single. And then y'all start lying to the problem is these young men, they don't want to step up and they're so scared to talk to the women and they're intimidated by my daughter. My daughter's kicking ass and her friends and her girl circle, they're kicking ass and they're traveling and they're doing this and they're doing that and yeah, your daughter's this young lady. She's an asshole. Huh? Huh? And Bruce Onway says, "Quittez-le avec parents," which means essentially let her stay with her parents. Let her stay with her parents in Creole. Right? Exactly. You can stay right there, young lady. Stay there indefinitely. To all you girl dads, this is what Mr. Z has been saying for a while now. Somewhere on Compassionate and Callous channel is Mr. Z, what, 2-3 years ago? Speaking to the girl dads? Yeah, because that's what you produce. Because that's what you produce. Huh? And once again, the young ladies are comparing the individual man, black man, to their entire network. To their entire network, and it doesn't work. Not for them, and not for you parents. You're going to be paying for her for the rest of your life. You're going to be subsidizing her for the rest of your life. She's always going to be in your pockets, mom and dad. Why you come up with excuses? These men are none of my daughter's level. My daughter is so kick-ass, and her friends are so kick-ass. And why aren't the men stepping up? The men need to step up. Not for these assholes. Huh? Not for the ladies that sound like this.
What happened to men just shutting the fuck up and going to work? Every time. It's a podcast. It's a meme. It's a stream. Take y'all ass to work and shut the fuck up. Y'all talk too damn much about nothing. About how y'all ain't giving the women no motherfucking money. We don't want to hear it, okay? We don't want to hear it. Okay, you broke. We got it. Like, please. I'm tired of the think pieces. I'm tired of it. Damn, just be quiet.
Once again, the young lady says we're broke. Meanwhile, this article says Black and Latina women who never marry are the least wealthy in the U.S. Madam, who's the broke one? Say it again, Z. Black and Latina women who never marry are the least wealthy in the U.S. Well, damn. A disproportionate number of Black women are kinless as they age. Advocates say they deserve a social safety net too. Why would you need a social safety net? By the way, that means those networks that they have when they're young, they fray and disappear. Oops. Anyway, why would you need a social safety net, young lady, if the Black men were broke? If the men are broke, if the women are not attached to the men, if Black women are not attached to Black men financially, but the men are broke, wouldn't that reason that it doesn't matter whether Black women are attached to Black men financially if the men are broke? Shouldn't that have no bearing on Black women needing to have a social safety net? Oh, wait. Oh, wait. That's why we come back to this. Black and Latina women who never marry are the least wealthy in the U.S. And specific Black women who never marry are the least wealthy in the U.S. 8 cents to the white man's dollar. Uh-oh. Why is that? Because the average man spends $5,000 to $12,000 more per year when in relationship. Because men subsidize women. That's why. That's what the young Haitian lady knows. She's just looking to be paid. She's looking to be paid for outright with no demands on her. The other young lady in her car is telling you to go to work and shut up. We get it. You're broke. Black men, you earn more than Black women. You have more wealth than Black women. You have more businesses than Black women. You employ more people than Black women. All Black women have on you are homes that they could barely afford. Huh? Oh, obviously, institutional education, which should correlate with them earning more. Oh, wait, what? Nope, it doesn't. Well, damn. Well, does it actually equate to them having more wealth? Oh, wait, god damn it. Nope. It doesn't equate to them having more wealth either. Oh, damn. And black women have more children than black men. God damn it. Yep. Huh? Why are we covering these things today? To emphasize the angriness epidemic, which you see are the women throwing temper tantrums in different ways. It's all anger and resentment that they are not being paid for and subsidized. That mom told him and mom threatened him, hey, you're gonna have to pay more bills in this house. That them and their roommates stay get into arguments about how this rent is going to get paid. One of them, and we all know this happens, one of those ladies keep on being late with paying her half of the rent. Huh? Because she's not paying for her portion of that family plan cell phone bill. Huh? Because her car note, because the car is under her mother's name or her father's name, and she paying it late. That's what the ladies are running into. They can't say that though. See, once again, the ladies have to hold the line. It's a gender war in their mind, Mr. Z Ramen. It's a gender war, so the ladies have to hold the line. And in the midst of holding the line, you have to speak like you got it all together. Your money is good. You're doing well. You're actually doing better than well. And if a man comes into your life, he got to understand this is the lifestyle I live, right? Men have to appreciate they have to date within their tax bracket.
And let's normalize dating within your tax bracket. If you see that a woman is funding her own lifestyle, taking herself on trips out the country, buying her dream car, living her dream life, booking her own reservations, going to the nicest restaurants in town, and you can't double that, why are you trying to talk to her? We're confused. Find a woman within your price range.
Madam, once again, most black men earn more than most black women. Most of y'all are in our price range. And more black men are fit and less overweight and less obese than black women. Most of y'all are in our price range. Black men have more wealth than black women. Black men employ more people than black women. Most of y'all are in our price range. You're just an arrogant asshole. Huh? Dear black men, don't be intimidated just because they got more stamps in their passport than you. Appreciate that when they come back home, they broke though. Ooh, goddamn. Yeah, she done traveled and you stayed home. You stayed domestic. She got more stamps in her passport than you. You might not even have a passport. Appreciate she's broke though. Huh? See, you're not going out of town and you definitely not flying overseas and coming back to the struggle and poverty. The ladies will pull it though. Goddamn, Z. Huh? The ladies will pull it. You don't even want to go out of town knowing you're going to have to come back and owe people. The ladies will pull it. Huh? So yes, ladies, y'all are in our price range. Those ladies are going overseas, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 trips and have to pay it off when they come back home. It take them 2 years to pay that thing off. 3 years. Huh? Once again, black men, this is women, black women in specific, holding the line in the gender war. They don't got no damn money. They're holding the line. You want to know what holding the line looks like? Shout out to Lion.
Because getting a man is not hard. Can we? Truly. Okay, no matter what happens with my relationship status, getting a man is not an accomplishment in 2023. And it also pisses me off. And this is why, like, Brittany is really fucking setting the free 30-something women the fuck back, okay? You're embarrassing us. Okay? And this is why I will always respect Amber Rose. Because to this day, Amber Rose is like, I'll take your fucking shit. I don't give a fuck. I do what I want to do. Sometimes it's a little cringy, but I'm going to stand on my shit. I'm going to own it. I love this. Whatever. She never switched up. Brittany's doing exactly. She's doing exactly what the manosphere niggas talk about. Okay? Which is, you have a bad experience with a wealthy, high-profile person. You have a baby. You get dragged through the mud. And then you realize you're in your early 30s. This is their narrative. Their narrative is then you have a baby, you get dragged through the mud, and then you realize, oh, the clock is ticking. And so now you have to completely rebrand into a loud and proud pick me and scold other women about what they're not doing to get them in. That is exactly what they say. Why would stop embarrassing us. Stop embarrassing us. As a single 33-year-old woman, stop it. Okay? I hope she at least, gets man she desires. I hope she gets some, good, faithful dick to swoop in or whatever, pay her car note or whatever.
The struggle. Huh? What Bowser, Kim Foster is saying here is hold the line. You can't let black men, see you sweat. You have to gaslight them. You have to lie to them. Huh? You have to speak as if you have far more leverage than you actually have. Huh? Once again, it is you as an individual man, black man, versus her entire network. Now, if she just want to have some triple X fun with you, bedroom fun with you, oh no, that's different. If it's just a little situationship, a little fly-by-night, 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, maybe even a year and a half long little situation y'all got going, yeah. All of that's maybe not factoring in. Do you look good? Can you pipe good? That's what matters. Is she aroused by you? But anything serious, the things that maintain a society, oops. No, the ladies are saying, yeah, you got to buy me out. But it's you versus our entire network and community. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat.
When y'all be saying, hey, I ain't got to match my lifestyle. I ain't got to match what I actually be doing. Why y'all be cutting corners? Rhetorical question. When y'all be dating these men and y'all talk about how they need to match your lifestyle, why y'all always do it with group project money? And by group project money, what I mean is, it don't be just you going by yourself to Nobu on a random Tuesday evening. It's like, no, that's a special event. You went with your girls for your birthday, and then it was 10 of y'all. So, yeah, 10 of y'all should have been able to split $3,000. Or you did go out the country, right? But when you went out the country again, and it was you and 5 of your friends that actually could make it out the group chat. And so y'all was sharing rooms, and you didn't go by yourself, right? So it was a travel package. But you telling him if he can't do that for you on a regular, you're not doing that on a regular. Why, when y'all be saying, hey, I ain't got to match my lifestyle. I ain't got to match what I actually be doing. Why y'all be cutting corners? Because y'all be talking to him like y'all the boss that actually employ the whole city. You the big baller that, making everything move, shake and function. No, when y'all go get sections, it don't be one person who buy the section. Y'all collaborate that effort. And good, right? Good girlfriends should do that for one another, but it never gave you live like that. It always give group project. So why he got to come and fill in the group project? Like, was he supposed to outbeat 8 incomes? All I'm saying is, You ain't setting up a fair fight there, mamas. You also gotta match what you bring to the table.
They're not looking to match. They're looking for the come up. Hypergamy. They're lying to the men about these trips, these exclusive restaurants, 5-star restaurants, nice ass hotels. She might even be lying to you that she have actually been to these places. But even if she's not lying, this is the part she doesn't say. Lying by omission. The part she doesn't say is it was 5 or 6 of them that split that damn $1,000 bill. Huh? That's what the ladies aren't saying. And there's nothing wrong with that. Some of the men engage in this too. You know the difference? We don't hold women to that standard. Hey, you better be able to pay for this restaurant for us. What a man look like saying that? Huh? Yeah, I know the trip's $5,000. You better pay the whole thing. Huh? And then y'all take turns taking pictures from different angles. And then y'all spread the pictures out while y'all posting it on Instagram. It was one trip. You done spread that trip out in over a year. Huh? Say that. And All Hair Balamuccio, also known as Vincent Von Doom, also known as Pistol Pete, says she go 20, 20, 20, 20, 20 with her friends, but not 50-50 with the man. She can't do it. She can't do it because you're a man. Don't you know? The women fought for equality, but then they still holding you to some impossible standard. You're a man, don't you know? Don't you think 50-50 makes you less of a man? Aren't you not ashamed? Vincent Von Doom, All Hair Balamuccio, Pistol Pete, aren't you ashamed? You want to go 50-50 with a woman? What type of man? Or see, you're a boy child. You want to go 50-50 with a woman? Ew. Huh? And All Hair Balamuccio says, no shame in my game, ma'am. Huh? Yeah. I'm glad the young lady said it. We all see it. We know what it is. We know what it is. It's the cost of their autonomy, their independence, their air quotes freedom, really negative liberty. That's the cost. And when we, especially those of us in red pill and black manosphere spaces and black pill spaces, when we start to describe the environment, when we start to describe in detail what the ladies are engaging in, what it's costing the ladies themselves, men, children, this society, this goddamn planet, when we start to describe that, how do the ladies speak to us?
What happened to men just shutting the fuck up and going to work? Every time. It's a podcast. It's a meme. It's a stream. Take y'all ass to work and shut the fuck up. Y'all talk too damn much about nothing. About how y'all ain't giving the women no motherfucking money. We don't want to hear it. Okay? We don't want to hear it. Okay, you broke. We got it. Like, please. I'm tired of the think pieces. I'm tired of it. Damn, just be quiet.
The young lady said it. Huh? What you gotta love about the internet, once again, Mr. Z originated the term, the internet will expose us all, is that the ladies say it. This is what you refuse to accept. Dr. Richard Reeves, this right here, this is the part of the conversation that you shy away from. Huh? To all you liberal white knights, this is the part of the conversation y'all shy away from. This, the part where the women are the hypocrites. They don't actually want equality or equity. They want male servants. They want a concubine eunuch, a eunuch concubine class of men. Huh? And speaking about servants and subjects, all hell Balamuccio says, and thank you for the super chat. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. Why are women obsessed with making people their subjects? Because women want power too? Ooh, goddamn. Because women are human beings also? Because women are showing you that they're human beings also. And there's a lot of things that men assumed about women over the past couple centuries because of the way manhood and womanhood was constructed, particularly coming out of or starting in the Industrial Revolution. There's a lot of things we assumed. And there's a lot of this has to do with media and television. The Susie Homemaker, Father Knows Best, huh? There's a lot of things that people have assumed over the past few decades, maybe century, that's not really what women are on. And they're showing you that now. They're showing you that now. They're showing you that they could be just as violent. They could be just as mean. Huh? They could be just as assaulting, we'll say, before the YouTube gods come and strike me. They prey on the young. Shout out to all those female teachers preying on students, allowing, engaging in triple X activity with 13 and 12 and 14 and 15-year-olds, 16, 17-year-olds. She a whole 35, 25, 22, 40, 50. What the women are showing you is they're no better than the men. They're just in weaker vessels. They've never been morally superior, ever. They move like that because they don't have a choice. Because we're bigger, stronger, faster. It's that simple. It's that simple. Women want subjects because women are human beings also. Women want power also. Women want money also. The problem is then they get it and then they price their vagina right out the game. Huh? That does not mean that there's not going to be any man that get to enjoy said vagina. But relationship? Oh boy. Very few women are like Anna Kasparian or any one of these professional left of center women, maybe right of center every once in a while you come across them, where she out earns her man significantly and she marries him still and she stay. That ain't a thing. Huh? You leave the toilet seat up one too many times, she gonna leave your ass. Huh? Women are human beings. There were a lot of assumptions, presumptions made of women and this moral superiority and this humanity and humanitarianism. And what the ladies are showing you is, shout out to Golden My Ear, what the ladies are showing you is, yeah, about that. See, shout out to Catherine the Great, huh? See the way my womanhood works, huh? Yeah. What y'all thought? Shout out to Angela Merkel. Shout out to Hillary Clinton. I could do this all day. See the way my womanhood works, we came, We saw he died. Ain't that right, Hillary? Ooh, goddamn, Z, you better stop it. You know they known for offing people. Anyway, move it along. And she chuckled afterward. She chuckled for all of us that see that clip. Hillary Clinton chuckled afterward. We came, we saw he died, or something like that, she said. Yeah. Huh? Who said women weren't as ruthless as men? More ruthless. Who said that? Who convinced generations of men that women weren't just as ruthless, more ruthless? So to all hell Balamuccio's comment, or question better yet, once again, why are women obsessed with making people their subjects? Because they're human beings. And we have done a piss poor job at being honest that the women are human beings also, and they engage in negative proclivities just as much, if not more, than the men do. Just different in different ways. Because for the most part, they're in weaker vessels, so they got to move different. They're more likely to engage in proxy violence. They're not just going to run up on you and punch you in the face unless they're a black woman. Oops. They'll enlist a brother, a friend, a cousin, a boyfriend, a husband to do it. Huh? That's why they engage in character assassination more. Huh? Yeah. That's why they're more likely to isolate an individual out of the group. They're human beings. They're just tend to be smaller packages. I don't know about that for black women. Anyway, huh? So they move different, but they still want subjects. They still want power. What women run into is that more often than not, when they have power, they're assholes. And unlike with women, when men have power, it's an aphrodisiac for women. When women have power, everyone is turned off, including other women, goddamn Z. When women wield power, everyone is turned off, including other women. And women know it. Would you rather have a male boss or a female boss? Women will jump out the window before they have a female boss. They'll jump out the window head first before they subject themselves to certain female bosses. If you don't believe me, go ask white women why they didn't vote for Hillary Clinton. Goddamn Z. Huh? Well, damn. And once again, Vince, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. And talking about that, Emerald Edge says, and thank you for the super chat. Z, you need to clip that bit you just said, serve fart. Okay, you got to give me the timestamp for that. I got to go back. Okay, well, I see that you sent that at 9:43, so I will go back and check, right? Ooh, and Cheryl says, broads fight dirty because they can't win with integrity. Ooh, say that. Huh? Say that. And Pastor G says, Lizzo, are you listening? There's a whole trend, and I'm going to cover this maybe in the next couple days, a few days, so y'all know what that means in a week or two, where women are starting to speak about how Lizzo and what's her name? Amy Schumer and Mindy Kaling and all these women are going through this drastic weight loss journey. I said weight loss journey. And what does that mean for body positivity? Yeah, we didn't have the science for y'all to pop a couple of pills, take Ozempic and lose like 20, 30, 40, 50 pounds. Now that we have it, all those women were like, see, when I was talking about big and beautiful, what I meant to say, it's all coping. Goddamn, Z, we came right back around to coping again. It's all coping. What the ladies engage in when they don't have something, when they can't get something, is I didn't want it anyway. You can't fire me, I quit. Huh? I love being big. I love being big and beautiful. I love and it's fat phobia. The men it's not my fault you can't lift me. And all this weirdo stuff. And the second they have a chance to engage in whatever the hell, they run for it and they turn themselves into hypocrites. And the most fascinating thing is not us as men, because we never believed them anyway. We know what it was. We always knew what it was. It's the women who are like, wait a minute. Wait, oh wait, you believed her? When we were telling you as men that's coping talk. Let's go back. The women are engaging in the gender war because they can't end up with the elite man who gonna kiss their ass and buy them out of the struggle. The heavy set women are talking about they glad being heavy because they can't afford the pills yet, goddamn, or the surgery. Huh? The women who say they're happy being single, once again, can't get the man they want to do what they want him to do. Huh? The second they have an opportunity, they run. Lizzo, Amy Schumer, Mindy Kaling. Look at Mindy Kaling now. Surgery all over the place. Look at Lizzo. Look at Amy Schumer. They're full of crap. It's coping. It's always been coping. When they're in this position, they tell you how much they love being in that position. The second they have an opportunity to move to where they really want to be, they're going to do it. They're going to take it.
And stuff, yes. I've made a lot of contradictory videos because this whole account has been a stream of authentic consciousness. It has just been me showing up at whatever phase that I'm at in my life, honestly, as a coping mechanism.
Showing up in whatever phase I am in my life. Honestly, as a coping mechanism, coping. The whole gender war coming from the women, mainly, is coping. Huh? It's all coping. You trying to tell me a bunch of women that's making less than $50,000 a year are happy with their life? No. No man, no money, and trying to engage in retail therapy. You think they happy? Why? Because she went out of town a few times last year? Get out of here, Mr. Z Robin. Huh? Because she got a little situationship? You think she happy? That lady is not happy. Over the age of 30, she not happy. Over the age of 35, she's not happy. See, maybe under the age of like 25, 26, she engaging in whatever the hell. It's fun. It's fun. She got an air quotes roster. She got this dude doing this and that dude doing this and da-da-da-da-da. And she's still living at home with her parents. And her little $35,000 a year job is just enough for her to buy certain things that she wants. She can't make no big purchases, but that's what the sugar daddy's for. But over the age of 30 and 35, all them women are miserable. Huh? Becky at your job is miserable. Keisha at your job is miserable. Consuela at your job is miserable. They're all miserable. Mailing at your job is they're all miserable. Well, damn, Z. Because the math don't math. Most of them don't got no money. No money, no man, goddamn. Huh? The price of women's autonomy. That's why they're so goddamn angry. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. Continuing.
I'm on Instagram and I see this. Young women are facing a female angriness epidemic, per study. They're the most unhappy and pessimistic group and view the world negatively, blaming men for their unhappiness. They used our good sis Meg, they got Summer Walker right here, and Miami. To the women watching, how did the words in this caption make you feel? Because I know what they were intended to do. They were intended to shame you. It's a female angriness epidemic. And what do females do when they're angry? When females are angry, they stop dealing with males. They stop dating males. They stop birthing males. They stop having some sex with males. But when you're living in a fake patriarchy where the men are no longer men, they're no longer doing the things they're supposed to do, they no longer protect and provide, instead they take and they abuse, they're gonna have to use shaming words to make sure women are not angry about it. Most unhappy and pessimistic group, there's only two groups, right? We're talking about male and female. This male and female, these are the ones that are less pessimistic than women, more happy than women, or these men. Men commit the vast majority of anger motivated violent crimes, accounting for roughly 80 to 90%. You might as well say that they commit all the violent crimes out of anger. How are they happy in committing so many crimes out of anger? That says right there, females are more likely to direct their frustrations inward. They're literally gonna have to be so for real. And this last statement talking about we view the world negatively, blaming men for our unhappiness. Who else are we supposed to blame? Ourselves? Wait, are men viewing the world positively right now? Is anybody viewing the world positively right now? It should say, and men are to blame. But they wanted to word it in a way that makes women feel. So when you see these type of posts coming down your timeline, guys, don't let them trigger you. It's rage bait. We're supposed to be angry. Someone calls me angry at something I'm supposed to be angry at, and they're trying to make it seem through the rest of the context that it's a bad thing. Then you just be like, yeah, I am angry. And we should be angry. You guys are handling this all wrong. You guys are ruining the world and you're not taking care of your responsibilities. We're mad, we're angry, we're supposed to be. Even though men are doing all of those things, we still aren't the ones who are the most angry or the most pessimistic. We should be, though. Let the violent crimes turn to 90% women and see how this world behaves. What's really happening is that you guys, male and female, are losing the plot. The patriarchy was put into place so that men could have some sort of value. We know that women have inherent value. Men have to earn their value. But now we're living in a society where women have our inherent value, manage our inherent value, but also we have monetary value and we manage our monetary value. All because men don't want to take accountability for their roles and responsibilities. Imagine that. And that's where feminism kicks in. Whenever society starts to treat women poorly, it's important for women as the final boss to step up and say, what the hell y'all think y'all doing over here? Yeah, it takes a lot to make us angry. But when we're angry, shit gets done because God made us the ultimate boss for a reason. Them divorce rates are high. The birth rates are low. The abortion rates are high. The teenage pregnancy rates are low. The marriage rates are low because women are upset. But we will never be as upset as a man. Okay? You guys need to work on that. You're upset that we're upset, and that's not going to work anymore. We're upset. Fix shit. Or things are not going to get better for y'all. And I say that respectfully. Now go have the day you deserve. Let's hope it's a good one.
I want to stress this about that video. That is the threat. Don't get caught up. The threat that she levied is y'all make this world where you kiss our ass and we have limitless, supply of community eunuch men, a handful of breeder men, high status men that kisses our ass, or we have no children. We make the world miserable. Ladies, y'all already making the world miserable. Number one. Number two, you are miserable. Number three, these are the same women that were mocking the men about the loneliness epidemic last year, right? Aren't these the same type of women? So they didn't question whether the men were in a loneliness epidemic. Those same women did not question that. They mocked the men. They made fun of the men. They insulted the men. They thought it was funny. They thought it was just dessert. Hey, look, y'all lonely. Y'all don't even want to be around yourselves. Hey, y'all don't have any friends. Hey. These are the same type of women, right? But when researchers say, hey, the women are going through a loneliness epidemic, and they unjustly blame your average man for it, all of a sudden it's, we should blame the men, and I don't even believe it anyway. I think y'all just trying to scare us. And y'all are more angry than us. Yeah, we're more realistic than you too, goddamn Z. It's if ignorance is bliss had a face on it, it would definitely 150 billion% have a woman's face on it. Huh? Yeah, let's go with the argument. The men are angrier than the women. The men are more realistic than the women. The men know what life cost by evidenced by black women's poverty. The men know what life cost. The men were never told that they were going to be subsidized or paid for. The men were always told, you rise and fall off of you. Period. There's not even a single inch shred of hope that they would be subsidized. Even the well-off women hope that they're going to be subsidized. Okay, black women will go with it. You're raised that you got to do for yourself, but y'all still have the hope you're going to be paid for or subsidized. The difference between men and women is that the men know that everything is on them. If you're lucky, a friend will come through. If you're lucky, a parent is still alive. If you're lucky, men appreciate this. The same women who mocked and made fun of the men concerning the loneliness epidemic, the male loneliness epidemic, as it was called, turn around and start questioning the female angriness epidemic. Go figure. To think there was going to be a male loneliness epidemic and not a female loneliness epidemic. To think that the women were increasingly going to be on par with men financially while still trying to practice hypergamy, and then the women would not be angry. Ladies, who's doing your social math? Wait a minute, no one. The women struggle, fought, marched to be able to enter into the workplace, earn as much as men, not be barred from promotion, right? Have safe workspaces where they wouldn't be harassed or assaulted. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. The women fought for that, Mr. Z. Robin. The women fought for that. And they got it. And then they're angrier as ever. They're as angry as ever. Because they wanted equality. They want to be equal and special simultaneously. Huh? Because for them, well,
That's not fair! That is not fair!
of course not. Of course it's not. Of course it's not. Huh? It's simple math. It is simple social math. You want your freedom. You want your independence. You want your negative liberty. You want your autonomy. You got it. But then you're going to have to pay your way. And what the ladies are engaging in is trying to piecemeal ways, because I don't want to be with no average man. And then I'm going to have to see what the women are actually saying. Let's actually get this out of the way, because I don't think I ever said this on this channel. What the ladies are saying, if I can't end up with the elite man, instead of me getting on the average man's program, I would rather piecemeal to maintain my autonomy. I would rather piece together a life. Moving here, there, doing this, that, braiding hair, got my 9 to 5, doing Uber, huh? Got a situationship here, got a sugar daddy there, got a young man at the job here and here, huh? Going to school part-time, and then they burn out. They're miserable. They're angry. Once again, the female angriness epidemic. And then the ladies blame the men. Blame the men because they refuse to get on a man's program, an everyday, average, regular man's program. If they couldn't be with an elite man, a specimen, or Mr. Warbucks, if they couldn't end up with a specimen or Mr. Warbucks, the lady said, yeah, about that. I would rather tough it out on my own. And life said, I bet. Huh? Shout out to all the ladies. I'd rather tough it out on my own. I could do bad all by myself. And life is like, I bet. Men are like, I bet. And the ladies get even angrier because, of course, because the math don't math. Not math, not M-A-F-F, the math, M-A-T-H, doesn't math. Huh? And Dominique says, in this economy, how many men can fully pay for their lives? Men earn more than women. Men have more wealth than women. Black men have nearly 3 times more wealth than women, than black women at least. It's not about a black man. Black men are more likely to be able to afford their own lives than black women. The whole goal was for you to be on our program and be subsidized for it. To have those children in a nuclear family and raise them in a nuclear family, and that way they would do better. I don't know about this environment. They would do better than we did this generation. That was the goal. And guess what happened? Women blew it up. Black women enthusiastically blew it up, blew up the contract, and then mad that they can pick pieces and parts of the contract to bludgeon black men over the head with. They can't hold black men to pieces of the contract. Well, could you still open doors, and could you still help random black women who are under struggle? And can you still have a community mindset? I mean, even though I'm gonna be a mean, sassy, smug asshole who's overweight and an extreme debt and a liability, I mean, could you still treat me like a lady? Wait, what? I mean, I am going to be aggressive and an asshole, but could you still treat me like a lady, please? I am going to mock you and make fun of anything that happens to you, any one of your misfortunes, but could you still treat me like a lady? Could you still do for me and be chivalrous and a gentleman? I'm not going to be a lady, but could you still be a gentleman? Huh? Dominique, that is the problem. That is what the women are running into. The women are running into, they curse like sailors, they're super tatted, they're mean, aggressive, rude, and overweight. They're not ladies, but the not ladies still want men to be gentlemen. At least the husbands and boyfriends. Huh? The specimen, Splackavelli, he don't got to be none of that. Huh? Splackavelli just got to show up with sausage. Huh? Splackavelli just got to show up with sausage. But the husbands and the boyfriends, oh yeah, gentleman talk. Chivalrous talk. Unfortunately for the ladies, the men, your average man is saying, see the way my manhood and my pride is and my dignity is constructed? Yeah, nah, you can have that. Huh? Longo says, Z, way less munchkin, way more of that voice you just did. Huh? And I did not forget about you, Lion. As a matter of fact, Lion says, and thank you for the super chat. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. And Lion says, meanwhile, a bill being proposed in the state of North Carolina to charge women first degree 187, get you first degree deletion, for getting a deletion. Wow. So much for autonomy. You wanted to be treated equal, you got equal. Huh? Let me ask this question again, because I haven't posed this question in a few months. What does a free, autonomous woman look like? To all the technocrats, to all the people who assume the world would be a more peaceful place as women ascend and rise, are you sure about that? For all those folks who swear that if we start changing systems and we have more female-friendly systems, a more female-friendly society, that women will show men and children how to be kinder, how to be more humane, how to be more disciplined. Jokes. How to care for the poor and the young and the helpless, etc., etc. Are you sure about that? Huh? How to care for the least of us? Are you sure that as women ascend and rise, that they will show men that there is a better way, a more humane way, a kinder way, a less resource intensive way to maintain humanity? Are you sure about that? And a less exploitative way to maintain society. Are you sure as women rise and ascend that they will show men that there is a better way? Or will the women engage in even worse organization of society? Huh? Well, damn. And once again, thank you for the super chat line. Thank you for the super chat. Of course, the ladies said they wanted equality. They gonna get it. Every bit of it. Huh? Because we all know the women didn't actually want equality. They wanted to be equal and special. They wanted privilege. For all of you that, well, Z, when you say equal and special at the same time, what does that equal? Privilege. Privilege. They wanted deference. They wanted obedience. They wanted power. And women in power, nothing dropped their vagina than them being in power. God damn, Z. Because the hypergamy bar keeps on moving up and moves up indefinitely. And well, we're here now. And the women are miserable. They're angry. Once again, the angriness epidemic. Of course you are. You ain't do the social math. You did the social math. Shout out to Trell Bentley. But you didn't do the social math. And the only person or group this benefits are the radical feminists. Huh? The female munchers. The female on female munchers. That's who it benefits. It doesn't even benefit the women. We can see that in your bank account, goddamn Z. Huh? We can see that in your bank account, ladies. Giving men, black women, giving black men the middle finger doesn't even benefit you. But let me ask black women this. You think you safe just because you didn't have kids? Ooh, goddamn Z. You go in there, Z. Wait, a whole lot of women, black women, saying they're not gonna have no kids and they celebrating not having kids and they're engaging just like the white women. The white women gonna pull the rug from under y'all. I'm telling y'all now. The white women are gonna have Hail Mary kids, test tube baby kids in their early and mid 40s. I'm telling y'all now, in their late 40s if they can afford it. I'm telling you now. To all the black women, white women gonna do to you what they always do to you. They're gonna pull the rug from right under you. And y'all gonna fall for it because you always do. All you black women who don't have children and are celebrating and you're mocking black men and you're making fun and you're huh? It sound good. That white woman gonna have kids to look after her when she's 60 and 70 something. And if she get to her 80s. You, on the other hand, well, we already have the research, the data points that say, oh, once again, a disproportionate number of black women are kinless as they age. Advocates say they deserve a social safety net too. Why would that be? Huh? We already know y'all don't got no money as y'all approach y'all 60s in retirement, or as y'all get to retirement age. We already know that. We got the studies for that too. Well, damn.
Because ain't nobody trying to be 60 and broke. I'm gonna keep it a buck. The data in this chart sucks, but there's hope. So the data in this chart suggests that black women who have a degree but are single at 60 have a net worth of $11,000, which, as we know, that's just not enough to live off of. Whereas if you're married and have a college degree at 60, you have a net worth of around $424,000. And the reason why I say this sucks is because I don't particularly like something that is beyond my control to be able to impact the quality of my life. Like, it's literally not within our control if we're married at 60. I mean, we have influence on that, but it's like, it's 50-50, right? It takes two to tango. And so that does suck. However, the decision.
Yeah. Perfect time to read Dominique's comment, and it says, perhaps having control over their own lives is worth it, then stop complaining. If the lady said, and there's actually a clip I have of a white woman sitting in her car, and she pretty much said this. She pretty much said, yeah, y'all think we're doing well financially when we're not with y'all. When we're single, we're not. But we would rather be this way. And that's only one video that I found like that. One. If anybody knows of any other, email me, emails in the description box. Dear ladies, if you would rather be in poverty, because that is what you're showing, if you would rather be in the struggle, or you would rather be barely making it and piecing together your life, instead of being on an average man's program, an average black man's program, there's nothing wrong with that. Then say it and own it. Say it and own it. But you can't for most of you, because you know where that would relegate you to. You know how men move and think. Oh, you ain't gonna get on my program. Okay, then you just for fun. And you will be treated as such. As Dominique said, once again, perhaps having control over their own lives is worth it. I think for many women, they do think this, particularly black women. We can see that in their actions. They don't even have to say it. But then own the consequences of having that worldview, of viewing men, black men in specific, that way. If it's worth the struggle, if it's worth the poverty, if it's worth the fear of falling off, the providing for yourself anxiety, for the ladies, for black women, if it's worth it to you, then own that. Say it. I would tend to agree with you that is how the ladies think, particularly black women. But then own it. And don't complain when you're on the side of the road with no one to call. The young lady that was in her car, I have the video. I played it, a couple of streams ago, Mr. Z Rodman. When the young lady was crying because no man, she could call no man, and her brother was the one that had to help her with a issue with her vehicle. Yes, lady, that is the cost of your autonomy. You need to pick one of those men who you have on your air quotes roster, get on his program and stay there. And hold him responsible for making sure you're okay. But when you out here freestyling, then you get freestyling results. Yes, it's going to be your brother that look out, because no other man is obligated to you. Dear ladies, this is the most simple math in history. If you're not obligated to a man, guess what? Wait for it. He's not obligated to you. If you are not obligated to a man is not obligated to you. If you're not obligated to give him XXX fun when he wants, if you're not obligated to cook for him, if you're not obligated to discipline how you speak, how you dress, your comportment, your diet, if you are not obligated to a man to consider his feelings, if you're not obligated to a man, appreciate this, ladies. No matter how much you scream about community, black women, a man is not obligated to you. He is not obligated to get out that bed at 9:30 at night, 10 o'clock, 10:30, 11, because your car broke down on your way from work. He's not obligated to make sure that he's present, or he's the one that brings your car to the mechanic. Huh? He's not obligated to maintain the goings on in the home, the roof, the lawn. Either he pays someone or he does it himself. The water heater, huh? All the electrical. He better don't be touching that stuff unless he know what he's doing, and he probably don't. He's not obligated. Random black men will not be obligated to random black women who are not attached to black men. It's not gonna happen, Bun Me. If you want your autonomy, ladies, eat every bit of it. Or the ladies could go take those classes, huh? Get certified and look out for each other. But this whole thing that you're going to find ways of getting black men to do things for the free ski to maintain black women's autonomy, no. Either get it through the taxes or don't get it. Get it from a homegirl, get it through taxes, or go pay for the service. There's a pun in there. This whole pseudo community where you do what you want to do, and then when things go left for you, Mr. Z Ramen, when things go left, then you get to call on community. No, Dominique, once again, to what you're saying, if it's that serious to the ladies to maintain their autonomy, there is nothing wrong with that. But the men don't have to backstop it. Oh, there's a pun in there too. The men don't have to backstop and bankroll the ladies' autonomy. And that's not just a black thing, that's a man-woman thing. Dear ladies, you can have your autonomy, but you don't get to call on community and society when you fall on your face. Men appreciate and know this. Ladies, either you want to bowl with the guardrails up or you want to bowl with the guardrails down. Huh? As Dominique says, perhaps having control over their lives is worth it. And for a handful of women who actually benefit from this, it might be. For the masses of women, black women, it's not. But that's not up for Mr. Z to decide. That's up for individual black women to decide. And then deal with the consequences of your decision. If you do what you want, I do what I want, Cartman style, then eat the consequences of do what I want, Cartman style. Huh? That's what it is. Oppo says, that lady really positioned her getting married is beyond her control. If you're not going to be on a black man's program, I could see why she said that. Because what the ladies want, once again, is to price their vagina out the game, not be on a black man's program, and then say, no black men want to marry me. Yeah, we're not going to marry assholes. Little autonomous assholes? Yeah, no. You're right. It is beyond your control. Now, if you was on a black man's program and you cared what black men thought and felt, you would be married. Other black women would be married. Other black women would be fit and they would be married. But y'all don't care about black men's opinion. So y'all out here. Y'all out here with other women. Y'all out here with non-black men. Y'all out here with black men. Y'all out here with underage men. Ooh, goddamn. Huh? Y'all out here with young girls. Y'all out here with the Rose toy. You're out here by yourselves. Of course they're gonna frame it. This young lady, the lady's gonna frame it like, it's not really in our control. Of course, of course, of course. You had to know she was gonna frame it like that. Of course. And let's commercial break live from Paradise with Tunnel Runner. And Tunnel Runner says, and thank you for this membership. Shout out to Tunnel Runner, member for 2 months. And Tunnel Runner says, Z, oatmeal with coconut, sweet potato pie, coffee with sweet cream, ginger tea, si se puede. And that concludes the message from Tunnel Runner live from Paradise. And Tunnel Runner tells y'all, look, he living it up. He don't know about y'all, but he out here with a non-American wife living in paradise, and her not complaining about cooking and doing right by him. Tunnel Runner said, I don't even know what y'all talking about. I don't even know what that struggle looked like. What you talking about, Z? Huh? Not Z just snorted. Tunnel Runner said, I don't know what y'all talking about. Right, and thank you for that, Tunnel Runner. Thank you for that. So the ladies are in the struggle. And they are going so far now with the weirdo language. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. You want to know how far the ladies? Goddamn, Z, could it get worse? The way the female mind works and what it's able to justify is fascinating, and how it's able to justify these things in the audacity of saying this to other women and men on the internet, on the interwebs, the audacity of convincing yourself these things and then saying them out loud. What the hell are you talking about, Z?
Jesus Christ doesn't care who the father of any human is. That's why DNA tests were made by men to make themselves relevant. Without DNA tests, we cannot prove who the paternity of any human is unless we're monitoring and controlling them 100% to make sure that we know who's gaining access to the female, which is, again, men getting access, and men are trying to control who accesses us so that they can control our lineage and who we continue to create going forward. So the fact that DNA tests were made by men for men to prove their lineage proves that Creator God, Jesus Christ, do not care who the father is, and it's irrelevant. The paternity is irrelevant to God, Creator, Jesus Christ, angels, archangels, ascended masters, and all beings of light.
You gotta love that framing at the end. All beings of light, it's irrelevant. In other words, to all you men are beings of darkness because you care whether that child is biologically yours or not. Huh? You gotta love her framing. Jesus don't care whether that kid came from you or not. Now do y'all appreciate, shout out to Obsidian, why we say community eunuchs? What y'all thought we were making it up? And for the heavy-set black woman, she a little bitter divorcee, so don't even, we gonna get to her. We gonna review a bunch of her videos. Huh? You thought we were making it up. You hear this pseudo logic, this rationale? Jesus don't care about the paternity of the kids. It's the men of darkness that care. Beings of light don't care. You shouldn't care whether that child is yours or not biologically. Just take care of the child. You think this wasn't the end goal? See, elite women gonna care. Even if she's throwing the vagina around. But these everyday Random, regular women, this is the type of time they on. This is just one lady that got the ovaries to say it. Now she gonna hide it behind spirituality and religion and all that other crap. But she has the ovaries to say it. Huh? Yeah. This is how you start rationalizing high body counts. This is how you start to rationalize. It don't matter who the daddy is. You feed him long enough, he gonna start looking like you. That's how you start to rationalize that. Huh? It don't matter that I have 6 kids from 6 different men. That's how you start rationalizing that. All the women that call into, not even Kevin anymore, rest in peace. Sometimes to Ashley Dalton, but mainly to Kendra G. All the women that call into Kendra G, particularly from, well, I wanted to say the South and beat us up a little bit, but no, from anywhere around the country, mainly black women, sometimes white women, every once in a while Latina, they're calling their 5 for 5. Look how often we see on Kendra G women that are 4 for 4, 3 for 3, 4 for 4, 5 for 5. 3 kids, 3 different men. 4 kids, 4 different men. 5 kids, 5 different men. Look how often that happens on Kendra G's channel. You want to know where the rationale for that comes from? It's this. It don't matter. Now, Kendra G, could I find me a good man who's going to come into my life and who's going to take care of me and these 5 kids from 5 different men? The women think they better now. These 5 kids from 3 different men? Huh? Yeah. Y'all thought we were making it up. This lady said it don't matter. And she went above you as a mere mortal, as a mere human. It don't matter to Jesus. It doesn't matter to God. It doesn't matter to beings of light who the Father is. You're inconsequential. What she doesn't appreciate is the men said, I bet I'll remove myself from the whole market. Enough men do that, and it's just you and that baby daddy who's not paying child support, and that's it. It don't matter. It shouldn't matter to the men. The men said, watch this. Huh? The women never see what they propose as insulting. Quite frankly, they don't care if it's insulting to you. They don't care if it's insulting to you. F you and your manhood. You're not white. You're not elite. You're man not. Shout out to Dr. Tommy Curry. You're not white. You're not elite. You're not a white elite man. So deal with whatever slut they throw on the table and eat that and be glad. Be enthusiastic. Be happy about it. At least you getting some high mileage vagina. At least you're getting something. Notice, Mr. Z didn't say something. At least you're getting something. Huh? Her presence should suffice. What buddy said in the movie again? Don't be so proud. Huh? Don't be so proud. What was it again? The one with Lawrence Fishburne and Cicely Tyson and them? I think it was the Italian mobster. Was it the Jewish one? It might have been the Italian. Was it the Jewish? It might have been the Jewish mobster. I think it was the Jewish mobster. I told the brother, don't be so proud. Huh? Was it Hoodlum? Huh? It was Hoodlum. Okay. It was Hoodlum. Yeah. That's the ladies. That's some men. That's some black men. That's black women, and that's even some black men. It don't matter. Why you need paternity tests? It doesn't matter. So what if I found him attractive? I had the baby from him. Okay, he's not stable. Now you raise it. Huh? In I won't say women's ideal world, but in many women's maybe not so much ideal world, but the way the world is currently constructed, yeah, they will have babies from the specimen, and then one of you community eunuchs that's somewhat stable, y'all go ahead and raise the child. It don't matter. It don't even matter if she give you a child or not. Ooh, god damn. If she's 3 for 3, 4 for 4, she don't want to have no more kids. Can you just subsidize her and her kids or pay outright for her and her kids and not have no children of your own? Huh? Exactly. And Eric Dedman says dual mating strategy at work. Listen to the lady in her absolute insanity. And then the black lady next to her is looking like, yeah, you gotta love. Hey, black women will never, ever, ever miss an opportunity to give black men the middle finger. They will never miss an opportunity to do that. They don't care what the other woman talking about. If it's misandrous, they're there. The black women are there. There's not a misandry event black women will miss. They ain't missing nothing. It don't matter what the background of the other woman is. She could be same-sex loving, she could be small hat, she could be white, she could be Latina, she could be Middle Eastern. It doesn't matter where. She could be a goddamn alien. Black women ain't missing no opportunity to engage in misandry and put their thumb in black men's eye. They're not missing the opportunity ever. Not all them cop and please about, air quotes, Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. Dr. Cheyenne Bryant know what she was doing? Just like MJ Gray know what she was doing. Huh? All these women engage in this gender warring crap, and especially for black women, they know. All of these weirdo radical feminists, they know they always go have black women on their squad. And then when an MJ Gray happened, y'all like, well, see, we should have known better than to follow the white women. The white women always do this to us, and they always gonna be able to do it. They don't only do it, they're always going to be able to do it. They're always gonna tell y'all men ain't ish, belittle marriage. And especially for elite white women, this is where class started becoming an issue and not just race. When elite white women can't get elite white men to kiss their ass and pay for them, they always going to engage in this. And the second one of these men show them any type of attention or look like they're going to do what that women want him to do, they're going to run and they're gone. They're gone. MJ Gray once again. So yeah, this little whatever she is, Indian, black lady, whatever the hell, mixed, whatever the hell. Yeah, there's always going to be a black woman. There's always, always, always going to be a black woman waving the misandry banner, calling it feminism and female empowerment, but it's really just misandry, bitterness. That's one thing black women ain't never gonna let go. Black women gonna be misandrous till the day they die. Because that's all they got. They don't got no money. Ooh, goddamn, see. and even 4 men in a foreign land sit it. If black men are mad not, black women are women not. And so they throw a temper tantrum mainly on black men. by jumping on all these trends. If there's a misogyny trend, you better believe black women are going to back it every single time. Play it again, Z. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat.
Jesus Christ doesn't care who the father of any human is. That's why DNA tests were made by men to make themselves relevant. Without DNA tests, we cannot prove who the paternity of any human is unless we're monitoring and controlling them 100% to make sure that we know who's gaining access to the female, which is, again, men getting access, and men are trying to control who accesses us so that they can control our lineage and who we continue to create going forward. So the fact that DNA tests were made by men for men to prove their lineage proves that Creator God, Jesus Christ, do not care who the father is, and it's irrelevant. The paternity is irrelevant to God, Creator, Jesus Christ, angels, archangels, ascended masters, and all beings of light.
And there you go. Huh? And Pan the Man says they hate watching and listening right now. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat, including you haters. To all you haters, you can send the super chat. I'll address your comment. You can ask whatever you want. You can make whatever comment. I'll address it. Got to be a super chat, though. No? And Passport OG, as a matter of fact, before we get to that Passport OG comment, it was another comment that I wanted to address. And Telescope says, black women think the social safety net is a given. Republicans said, nope, they can't afford it. Be clear, there's going to be a social safety net. How close to the ground is it going to be? Are you going to still bounce off the floor hitting the social safety net? Huh? There's always going to be a social, as long as you have a society, I'll say. There's always going to be a social safety net. The Republicans said, put it a millimeter from the ground and make it real stretchy. Huh? Put it a millimeter from the ground and make it real stretchy. That way, if they hit it, they still hit the floor. Huh? The Democrats, it depends. The real progressives want it about 2 or 3 feet up. If you super progressive, maybe a few yards up. Pause. It's real stiff. Now, if you talk to the libertarians, and a certain type of libertarian, they say ain't no safety net. Let them hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor, literally. Let the bodies hit the floor, literally. Now, when you start dealing with certain communitarianists and they're super progressive and whatever, they want that thing a million miles up. That's the folks that you start seeing really want equality of outcome. Those folks. Those are the super extreme. Most leftists are not all the way there. The vast majority of leftists are not all the way there, where it don't matter if you're a doctor, if you're a janitor, if you cut lawns, if you're an entrepreneur, we all get paid the same amount. Take the GDP, slice it into 340 million people, and just spread it out. The vast majority of folks, even the progressives, are not there. Huh? But concerning black women, yeah, I've been saying this for a couple years. This assumption, this reliance, this idea that the status quo is going to remain the same indefinitely. That's not the case. Many of these systems that we became accustomed to are only a few decades old. If you're lucky, a century. If you're super lucky, maybe 2. Maybe 2. There's a lot of these systems that started being developed, in the industrial age? It's a couple centuries. In the grand scheme of things, that's yesterday. Many of these workers' rights we just started getting about 100 years ago, 120 years ago. That was yesterday in the grand scheme of things. Y'all took this for granted. Do people appreciate folks were still fighting for workers' rights in the 1920s? Some of our grandparents were born in the 1920s. Maybe a great grand. That was yesterday. And women, black women, take this for granted. Henry Ford and them was having unionizers and union leaders hemmed up, if not deleted. That was yesterday. Huh? The Dodge brothers and the GM guys were taking Ford to court. And essentially, they were fighting over obsolescence. Hey, look, y'all building these things way too good, and these things will last way too long. Look, you have to program in them that they go and break. That was yesterday. That wasn't 500 years ago. That was like this century. Well, yeah, that was within 100 years. That was yesterday. Huh? So some of these systems that people take for granted, Nixon was in the 70s, early 70s, but that was yesterday. So these folks that take these systems for granted, I get it. I understand. Especially when you're not a student of history, you have no idea. This was yesterday. And because the way America came to be and America's rise, especially after World War II, it's distorted, I would argue, Americans' view of the world and of history and of systems. And so it's just this distorted view of the things that maintain a society and how thin that line between civilized and uncivilized is. Pure barbarism is, how super thin that line is. These folks, it took them no time, what, 50 years to repeal Roe versus Wade? They gutted the Voting Rights Act, and look at how quickly and how far they went with gerrymandering. Gerrymandering was always a thing. It was always a thing. But look at what they did with gerrymandering this time around. Because of the gutting of the voters' rights. Mr. Z, y'all remember, for my old heads, for my day ones, y'all remember, and because the nameless protagonist remember the sound in my voice when I was speaking about this 2 and 3 years ago? Like 3 years ago, actually. Maybe 4? Maybe 4 years ago. I was like, I don't know. With a whole bunch of folks, Tarina Sheet and them, saying it's not that serious. Yeah, about that. Nothing to see here. It's not that serious. Okay. We're taking these systems for granted, y'all. These things ain't written in stone. We got to get out of this status quoism. This is how it is. This is how it's always going to be. The ladies are dealing with that now. The ladies are dealing with that now. I am currently listening, well, not literally right now, currently making my way through, and I'm going to make my way downtown. Anyway, I'm currently making my way through the interview with the CEO brother speaking to St. Uger and what's his name? Kevin Larry, whatever his name is. The debate they had about AI and automation and all this other stuff. I'm making my way through that debate right now. And what AI and automation is going to do to the workforce, especially the white collar brothers and sisters, white collar folks. Huh? So Telescope, thank you for this comment. You just triggered a whole, we done deviated for a few minutes. Exactly. Casper OG says, these chicks think DEI is coming back. It's not. Look, when you see the Republicans do this, the Democrats are not going to, the Democrats fight for it and they keep it from happening, or the Republicans fight against it, they win, and the Democrats leave that alone. I would argue most of the things that Republicans were able to repeal or fight away, it's not coming back. To all those states with the baby deletions, now you got 6 weeks. You don't even know in 6 weeks, 9 weeks. It's a wrap. It's not coming back. unless your local legislature voted back in. If they don't, it ain't coming back. The Supreme Court not gonna see that case again. I'll put money on it. It's done. Good luck. You better go to another state. Huh? These folks been playing. Mitch McConnell and them been planning this for 30, 40 years. You think you just gonna bring it back tomorrow? Okay, fine. Let's give you the dream world. AOC becomes president. Huh? Nina Turner is her vice president. You still think you're gonna be able to bring this stuff back? Have y'all seen that Supreme Court? Huh? Especially when white women, some of these college-educated white women ain't having enough white babies. You think you're gonna be able to bring that back? Their white mothers and conservative sisters will whoop their ass in the middle of the streets before they let other white women bring back baby deletion in some of these states. Shout out to black women. You just along for the ride. Let's be very clear to all black women. You're along for the ride, and you're the mascot for the BS. Liberal white women will get their asses beat in the middle of the streets by their conservative sistren and female cousins before they allow for this to come back in some of these southern states and midwestern states. The white men not gonna have to lift a finger. The other white women will do it. Huh? Y'all must not know the America, and that goes back to status quoism. Y'all dealt with, especially for some of us Xers, definitely millennials and Gen Z. Y'all lived in a certain type of America. Y'all were born in a certain type of America, and y'all think that's the real America. Shout out to BGS. He didn't even have to tell me this. Y'all think y'all know America. Y'all about to find out. Look, when BGS said it, I was like, he ain't talking to me. I've been knowing. Mr. Z, community college dropout. I was a poli-sci major. I'm a history buff. Nobody had to tell me. Huh? Exactly, Trail. Y'all must have forgot. Huh? Y'all must have forgot. And it is insane ignorance. It's status quoism. Dear black women, I want to be very clear. You gonna be left out there. For a lot of us, 50, 55 and younger, oh, younger Xers, millennial women, black women, Gen Z black women, that's y'all ass. Y'all really don't appreciate the America that's coming down the pipe. Y'all still used to that petrodollar being really strong, 70 some odd 80% of all transactions on planet Earth being done with the dollar. That's the world y'all used to. That ain't the world no more. Huh? That is not the world anymore. Y'all used to the 2010s, pretty much like 2005 on up, where y'all was super antagonistic to the men online. That's not the world anymore, and y'all about to find out. Y'all used to the 2010s where black men are the weakest link type talk. Y'all about to find out. That talk sound good. It sounds empowering. You do not have any the ignorance of women, black women in specific, to not appreciate that you have to have an environment that allows for that type of talk to actually mean something. You don't live in that environment no more. You can still engage in that type of talk, but be prepared for the consequences. This is not the era of the boomers and the Xers, where single black women with 2 and 3 kids could have an okay job and afford a house. Earn 50 some odd $1,000 a year, $45,000 a year, and afford a house and a couple of kids with just a bit of child support. Maybe she got a little side gig she doing hair, and she could afford the mortgage. You don't live in that world anymore. Huh? Line says to the elements. They out here in the elements for real, Line. They out here in the elements. It's the insanity. The absolute insanity. The ladies are out here. So going back to that video we started with, the Haitian young lady, to her parents, I hope y'all prepared to, as I said to her father, I hope you're prepared to subsidize and pay for her for the rest of your life. And I hope your life insurance is enough to float her for the rest of her life. I'm not saying she doesn't end up with anyone, but I'm hoping for her sake and yours that you are prepared to float her for the rest of her life. Because it is possible that you might have to. For those of you who haven't seen the video yet, like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat.
I'm the firstborn daughter of 2 immigrant Haitian parents, and my dad, yes, he's bald. You think I'm gonna let somebody's son play in my face? What do I look like settling? 25, living rent-free in my house. My parents' house, that is. Home-cooked meals every day. My own bedroom. I don't have to work if I don't want to. My parents are dreading the day that I move out. I do not contribute financially to this household. Do you think I'm gonna settle for 50-50? Out of your damn mind? Wrong one. Not me. Wrong girl! I don't only have 2 parents that cater to my every whim. My grandma lives in this house too. She gets mad when I do my own laundry. I hope that puts into perspective the kind of luxury that I've been raised in. I'm spoiled. I am. And I'm going to enter into adulthood the same way. I was raised thinking I'm the prize. I'm a princess. I don't expect anything less with my significant other. Hello? If that's a character flaw, so be it. But I will be damned to be somebody's maid, somebody's cook. Ask me the last time I'm off the floor. So I post all the time like I'm single, that I'm not gonna find a man, but like the men trying to holler at me now, like this is not what you want. Like, if you're not ready to be my servant, you don't want this. I'm pretty to look at. I can give you that. I'm not what you want. Y'all want 50-50. Y'all want women that cook and clean for you. Not me. Could never.
To her parents, her father in particular, as a fellow Haitian, I hope your money is long enough to take care of her, not till the end of your life, but to the end of her life. Because we do live in a world, I'm not saying it's guaranteed. It may not even be likely, but we do live in a world where it is very possible that your daughter, this young lady, is single That doesn't mean she don't have triple X fun. I know you don't really want to think about that with your daughter, but that doesn't mean she don't have triple X fun with a man. That doesn't mean she don't have a situation that lasts a couple years. They might not even mean that she don't be married for 3, 4, 5 years. But it is very possible that your daughter dies single. So I hope for your sake and for hers that you have enough stored away to at least subsidize her for the rest of her life. Not your life, but her life. That she could work a little, she's Haitian descent, so let's be honest, a little nursing job. I'm not minimizing nursing. She could be an RN, a traveling nurse, and she can afford to chip away with the big purchases with the money that you left her. So the down payment on a house in the future, the down payment on whatever car, when the washer and dryer go out, when she need a new roof on the house, when the condo does the price adjustment, when she need a new engine for the car, maybe. Let's be clear. If y'all don't have it for her like that, it is possible. I'm not speaking about how likely it is. It is very possible your daughter gonna be struggling. Not struggling, scruggling. Take the T out, put a K. And Jeff says their arrogance is so gross, they don't know how to talk any other way. At least not to black men. They don't know how to speak any other way. And Trell, you were right. It is Michael Leary. So let's be clear. What you're seeing with the angriness epidemic is being informed by this weirdo talk. Continuing, like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat.
I'm on Instagram and I see this. Young women are facing a female angriness epidemic, per study. They're the most unhappy and pessimistic group and view the world negatively, blaming men for their unhappiness. They used our good sis Meg, they got Summer Walker right here, and Miami. To the women watching, how did the words in this caption make you feel? Because I know what they were intended to do. They were intended to shame you. It's a female angriness epidemic. And what do females do when they're angry? When females are angry, they stop dealing with males. They stop dating males. They stop birthing males. They stop having sex with males. But when you're living in a fake patriarchy where the men are no longer men, they're no longer doing the things they're supposed to do, they no longer protect and provide, instead they take and they abuse, you're gonna have to use shaming words to make sure women are not angry about it. Most unhappy and pessimistic group, there's only two groups, right? We're talking about male and female. This male and female, these are the ones that are less pessimistic than women, more happy than women, or these men. Men commit the vast majority of anger motivated violent crimes, accounting for roughly 80 to 90%. You might as well say that they commit all the violent crimes out of anger. How are they happy in committing so many crimes out of anger? That says right there, females are more likely to direct their frustrations inward. They're literally gonna have to be so for real. And this last statement talking about we view the world negatively, blaming men for our unhappiness. Who else are we supposed to blame? Ourselves? Wait, are men viewing the world positively right now? Is anybody viewing the world positively right now? It should say, and men are to blame. But they wanted to word it in a way that makes women feel. So when you see these type of posts coming down your timeline, guys, don't let them trigger you. It's rage bait. We're supposed to be angry. Someone calls me angry at something I'm supposed to be angry at, and they're trying to make it seem through the rest of the context that it's a bad thing. Then you just be like, yeah, I am angry. And we should be angry. You guys are handling this all wrong. You guys are ruining the world and you're not taking care of your responsibilities. We're mad, we're angry, we're supposed to be. Even though men are doing all of those things, we still aren't the ones who are the most angry or the most pessimistic. We should be, though. Let the violent crimes turn to 90% women and see how this world behaves. What's really happening is that you guys, male and female, are losing the plot. The patriarchy was put into place so that men can have some sort of value. We know that women have inherent value. Men have to earn their value. But now we're living in a society where women have our inherent value, manage our inherent value, but also we have monetary value and we manage our monetary value. All because men don't want to take accountability for their roles and responsibilities. Imagine that. And that's where feminism kicks in. Whenever society starts to treat women poorly, it's important for women as the final boss to step up and say, what the hell y'all think y'all doing over here? Yeah, it takes a lot to make us angry. But when we're angry, shit gets done because God made us the ultimate boss for a reason. Them divorce rates are high. The birth rates are low. The abortion rates are high. The teenage pregnancy rates are low. The marriage rates are low because women are upset. But we will never be as upset as a man. Okay? You guys need to work on that. You're upset that we're upset, and that's not going to work anymore. We're upset. Fix shit, or things are not going to get better for y'all. And I say that respectfully. Now go have the day you deserve. Let's hope it's a good one.
These idle threats, madam, as a black woman, here's the issue. Your marriage rates have plummeted. The divorce rate is stagnant because folks aren't marrying you to get divorced in the first place. So when you said the divorce rates are high, actually across the country, not even just specifically to black men and black women, the divorce rates are actually lowering because it's only mainly elite folks getting married, and they're far less likely to be or to get divorced. Yeah, so you are factually inaccurate about that. Continuing, for black women, their marriage rate is what? 28%, give or take? Black men's marriage rate is increasing because black men's interracial marriage rate is increasing. Ain't looking good, madam. So when you speak about the angriness epidemic and you minimize it, the female angriness epidemic, and you minimize it, I would be angry too as a black woman when what my autonomy and negative liberty cost me is security provided by a man. Why can't I be autonomous, give men the middle finger, and be subsidized, if not paid for outright, by a man? This is where all those women, especially like a month ago, or a month or two ago, when all those women were coming out with videos where the best type of men are with women who hate men. Yeah, that's what they were trying to do. That's what they were speaking on. They're still looking to be subsidized, if not paid for outright, by a man, even though they hate men. Madam, women don't got no damn money. Black women in specific don't got no damn money. They don't have any money. That's why they're angry. Because what their autonomy, their negative liberty, costs them is financial security for the vast majority of black women. That's why y'all hang on to every black woman with any modicum of stability that's single. That's why Meg Thee Stallion is so important to y'all. Men, we don't want y'all. We don't need y'all. We want y'all. That's why she matters to y'all so much. Because she do what she want to do. And Klay Thompson said, yeah, you could do that over there. Huh? Kayla Nicole told Travis Kelce what she not going to do. And Travis Kelce said, yeah, we're going to keep you on the Tizzy tour for 5 years. And then when we're done, we over here. Huh? We over here with Taylor Swift. Huh? So to you, young lady, black women in specific could tell black men what they not going to do. And it's going to cost you. There's nothing wrong with black women telling black men what they not going to do. But we owe you nothing.
It'll cost you. It may cost you a little. It may cost you a lot. But it will cost you.
Say that.
You will put other people in this organization at risk, and that organization does not want to take that risk. So you do not have this job anymore if you decline it. With any public health decision, there has to be a consequence to you not participating in that social contract.
It's all there, black and white, clear as crystal. You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
That's what it is. So of course women are going through an angriness epidemic. Black women in specific. Y'all blew up the social contract between men and women, and it cost you something. The security part of the contract. Now y'all trying to shame men into still engaging with the security part of the contract, and the men said no. Now we came back around. The men said no. Halt. You go no further. The biggest issue that the masses of women, not the elite women, not Tracy Ellis Ross. Tracy Ellis Ross is good financially. She could talk all that crap all she wants. Most of your black female celebrities, yeah, they might not be as rich as many of y'all think, but they're going to be okay financially. They'll just keep on going on tour. They'll just keep on piecing together different gigs, commercials, movies, whatever, advertisement. But for the masses of women, particularly black women, y'all blew up the social contract. You mock and make fun of men, black men in specific, and it costs you the security part, the men providing financial security and physical security and community security. Hey, sis, I see you on the side of the road. You okay? Oh, your man coming? All right, I'm gonna stay with you until he come, until he get here. Huh? Oh, the tow truck is on its way. You know we in a white neighborhood, and you know them folks don't like us like that. You know. Okay, I'm gonna stay here with you until the tow truck get here. Y'all don't get that no more. One or two black men might pull it. Most will not. Y'all blew up the social contract, and y'all were assholes about it on top of that. So guess what? The men no longer owe you, black men in specific no longer owe you that part of the social contract. And so be it. So the ladies are going to throw a temper tantrum, and they are going to be going through their angriness epidemic and then trying to minimize it and say, yeah, we should blame the men and we should be angry. You're right. You're blaming the men. You're right, but you're lying. You're blaming the men because the men will still not engage in the security part of the contract, even though you're the assholes and you would rather your autonomy. Keep your autonomy. Once again,
It's all there, black and white, clear as crystal. You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
and we know how you ladies feel.
Fair. That's not fair! That is not fair!
We know. We know. This is the issue that the ladies are dealing with. They blew up the contract decades ago. Xers, millennials, and the oldest of Gen Z are laughing about it. The women are laughing about it. They think it's funny. They weaponize their soy boy sons and they broke wrist cousins against the masses of us straight men. And here's the problem. They still are broke, specifically for the black women. This is the problem they have. Dear black women, you don't got to be on a black man's program, but deal with the consequences of not being on a black man's program. Well, damn. And to that,
I don't trust anyone who claims they hate men, and almost all the reasons they give are related to dating. Glad that a lot of women are starting to become turned off by male-centered, man-hating content like MJ Gray, but I feel like a lot of you are getting repulsed by it for the wrong reason. It's annoying that she turned out to be a hypocrite, but anyone could have predicted something like this happening because the philosophy that all men are evil and all men cheat doesn't have any sound reasoning to back it up, and that's why everybody who believes in this ends up jumping ship as soon as they meet one man that refutes this idea. Women need to have a stronger aversion to all-encompassing ideas like this that reject nuance and rationality because it only ends up hurting us in the end. A telltale sign that someone isn't worth listening to in discussions about dating or talking about men in general is if they have a history of being in toxic relationships, and now their entire ethos is that you can never trust a man that you're dating because they're all inherently evil. This belief was born from the pain of them being betrayed by a man, and then reinforced by them gathering evidence from story times about people talking about their situationships or deadbeat baby daddies. MJ Gray said that women shouldn't believe in the fairy tale that a man can love them unconditionally and be worthy of marriage, but there are millions of women in happy relationships living the fairy tale right now, herself included. Femcel content like that only sets women back because it lowers the bar for men, because we're conditioned to believe that anything above the bare minimum is a fairy tale. So that convinces us that we should just stay if a man isn't even giving us the bare minimum, because at least he's not hitting or cheating on you. Man-hating content as it relates to dating doesn't hold men accountable, and it doesn't protect women. It just normalizes abusive and incompetent behavior. We don't have to accept the reality where if we want to receive love from a man, then we need to settle. If you're a woman who only dates men and you want to be in a serious relationship, stop looking to jaded women who try convincing you that anything above the bare minimum is a fairy tale for relationship advice, because you can't expect to find love from the one gender that you date if the people you think are experts on the topic don't even believe good men exist.
Yeah. This is simple math. And shout out to the young lady. It's all coping. It's all crap talking. And something I want to emphasize once again, and this is gonna be a constant on this channel. It is working class women, lower middle class women, working poor women coming to terms with their class position. They're throwing a tantrum because the men that are easily accessible to them, in their minds, don't earn enough to buy them out of the struggle. Huh? It's that simple. They're throwing a fit because they're going to have to work with a man to climb up the socioeconomic ladder. And that still does not guarantee upper middle class and above bliss. Huh? Upper middle class and above, solidly middle class and above, are going to get married. Upper middle class and above are more likely to stay married. Rich and wealthy are definitely more likely to stay married. When you hear marriage, just think stability. What I would argue once again is lower middle class, working poor, and just poor in America. The women, these are the women who I would argue are the angriest, even though there's studies that speak about, white women who are doing pretty well being angry. They're full of crap. It's coping. MJ Gray's evidence. But for the women in the lower socioeconomic classes, white, black, Latina in specific, and some Asian women, the angriness epidemic is because they're looking at their environment and they don't see the paymaster. Goddamn Z. Can they have bedroom fun with a specimen? Yes. Up and down the socioeconomic ladder, specimens will take them through there. The heavyset women, the short women, the thin women, the thick women, the attractive women, the unattractive women, long hair, short hair, don't care. Mr. Z Ramen. The specimen will smash all of them. Most of us men smash most of them. Most of us men will engage in triple X activity with most of the ladies. That's not the problem. The ladies' problem is the paymaster. For work. And we're back. My apologies, y'all. Regular streams, y'all already know. Yeah, so let's be clear. This is the cost of the ladies' autonomy. Not only that, but this is also the cost of your autonomy and hypergamy. Dear ladies, you were always going to deal with this with your hypergamy. We saw this on Kevin Samuel's show night after night. We see it on Kendra G's show. We see it on Ashley Dalton's show. Average women who have contempt for average men. And if you said you would rather your air quotes freedom, negative liberty, autonomy, independence over ending up with someone who y'all can make a life together, well, the struggle is real and enjoy it. Huh? Let's play that young lady again.
I don't trust anyone who claims they hate men, and almost all the reasons they give are related to dating. Glad that a lot of women are starting to become turned off by male-centered, man-hating content like MJ Gray, but I feel like a lot of you are getting repulsed by it for the wrong reason. It's annoying that she turned out to be a hypocrite, but anyone could have predicted something like this happening because the philosophy that all men are evil and all men cheat doesn't have any sound reasoning to back it up, and that's why everybody who believes in this ends up jumping ship as soon as they meet one man that refutes this idea. Women need to have a stronger aversion to all-encompassing ideas like this that reject nuance and rationality because it only ends up hurting us in the end. A telltale sign that someone isn't worth listening to in discussions about dating or talking about men in general is if they have a history of being in toxic relationships and now their entire ethos is that you can never trust a man that you're dating because they're all inherently evil. This belief was born from the pain of them being betrayed by a man and then reinforced by them gathering evidence from story times about people talking about their situationships or deadbeat baby daddies. MJ Gray said that women shouldn't believe in the fairy tale that a man can love them unconditionally and be worthy of marriage, but there are millions of women in happy relationships living the fairy tale right now, herself included. Femcel content like that only sets women back because it lowers the bar for men because we're conditioned to believe that anything above the bare minimum is a fairy tale. So that convinces us that we should just stay if a man isn't even giving us the bare minimum because at least he's not hitting or cheating on you. Man-hating content as it relates to dating doesn't hold men accountable and it doesn't protect women. It just normalizes abusive and incompetent behavior. We don't have to accept the reality where if we want to receive love from a man, then we need to settle. If you're a woman who only dates men and you want to be in a serious relationship, stop looking to jaded women who try convincing you that anything above the bare minimum is a fairy tale for relationship advice because you can't expect to find love from the one gender that you date if the people you think are experts on the
that bare minimum talk, y'all. That bare minimum talk. That bare minimum talk will be women's undoing. Huh? That bare minimum talk will be women's undoing. Everything is the bare minimum. Because y'all think y'all are queens and deserve every. Once again, men appreciate we view this differently, particularly black men. Once we start getting 2/3 of what we want, we're good. 70% elated. 75% sign me up. 80% I think you're joking. I'm gonna just take this now and leave before you change your mind. 90% that's impossible. I'm already gone. I done stole it. Huh? That's not how the women operate. Anything that's not 100%, they're settling. Huh? Anything that's not 100%, they're settling. Anything that's not 90% is the bare minimum. 80%, why am I here? 70%, I don't even know who you're talking about now. Huh? That's the non-select man. That's the dusties. Huh? That's why they cannot be made happy. They can't make themselves happy, let alone for you to come through and help to create even more happiness in them. It's not your job to make her happy. It's impossible. She gotta make herself happy, and then you help with that as a man. The women cannot be made happy. It's impossible. So when you start hearing this bare minimum talk, appreciate where it's coming from, what's informing it. What's informing the bare minimum talk is that they're impossible. Huh? Because no man is 100% of what they want. No man has 100% of what they want. They don't know what the word content means. Most women, I would argue, on planet Earth, God damn, you went that far. The vast majority of women on planet Earth does not know what content means. They don't know what that is. Evidenced by Melissa Ford on Joe's podcast, when the white comedian was like, you know, the essentially the women can't be made happy, and then Melissa Ford like, I don't get it, and Joe's like, yeah, that's the point. That's the point. And then what did she say? I was waiting for more. Yep. And there we go. Yep. I thought there was more. I was waiting for more. Exactly. They cannot be made happy. It's impossible. And then the ladies throw a fit because of their delusion. You know what we're dealing with is delusional women angry that the world doesn't bend, that we can't break the laws of physics. We can't break the laws of math to make their delusions true. And that's men's fault. Going back to the angriness epidemic. It's men's fault that the world can bend and break the laws of earth, the laws of the universe, can bend and break to their delusions. Huh? Your foremothers fought for you to live in a world where if you had the qualifications, even if you don't have them, if you had the qualifications, you could work, you could be promoted, you could be high achieving, you could excel, you can ascend, you can rise, regardless of if you're attached to a man or not. That you, if you worked hard enough, could sustain yourself, can elevate, can prosper. And then the ladies live in that world, and then they're still angry. Of course they are. Because where's the man that earns even more? Huh? Where's the man that earns even more? That's the lady's biggest issue.
How old are you?
I'm 29.
Are you single?
Yes.
Why are you single right now?
Because the men are not enough rich to take care of me.
So you're looking for a rich man?
Yes. Yes, I want to be spoiled.
Why does he have to be rich?
Because I want to be spoiled. Because I make my own money and I need to be dominated.
And there you go once again. If you want to know where the angriness epidemic come through, this is it. This is where it comes in. To Dr. Richard Reeves. See, Scott Galloway gets it. And I would argue Dr. Richard Reeves gets it too. He's just refused to accept it. Scott Galloway accepts it. That's why he kind of was a little sassy with A. Marie on Oprah's show a few months ago. That's why he was a little sassy with her, because he appreciated what she was really saying. Train tracks, train tracks, train tracks. He appreciated what she was saying. Huh? And the white lady that was just on she got a heavy accent. I don't know where she's from, maybe Eastern European. The one that Oprah interviewed with not too long ago, when that was a week or so ago, a few days ago, or at least it was published a few days ago. She kind of understand what the problem is too. She just didn't really want to go at the lady's neck too much. Dr. Richard Reeves, on the other hand, he just refused to accept the women. Their issue is not enough men earn enough in their minds, and not enough men are high status enough in their minds. Accept that is the problem that the ladies have. Start there. All the character assassination talk is a bunch of crap. That's feminist language. The women's major issue is the money and the status. As Kim Foster said, shout out to Gitmo. As Kim Foster said, culture fit. The men are not a culture fit. Not enough men are a culture fit for her fake ass, high aspirational life. We're talking about women that's earning 50, 60, 70, 80,000 dollars a year, who act like they're earning $250,000 plus, who act like they're earning $1 million plus a year. None of men are culture fit. The men are not culture fit. Shut the hell up. These are bums. Huh? Okay paid bums. Talking about culture fit. Translation: I want to go out of town and he doesn't. I want to travel and backpack through Europe and he doesn't. Huh? He drives an F-150. I want the BMW 5. As a matter of fact, I want the Tesla Model Y. Huh? That's the real issue the ladies have. Cut the crap. Huh? So you damn right the men treat the women like they out here in the struggle, whether they are or not.
Yo, the way men see women nowadays as like little starving feed the children commercials, you know, little African kids with flies on their face and shit. That's how men see women nowadays. Just begging for food and money. And that's wild, you know what I mean? Because a lot of us got our own shit, for real.
See, you say that, but what you don't appreciate is for the majority of women, black women in specific, the way they talking to black men is
Niggas be so quick to let me take you on a trip. Let me take you on a trip. Pay a fucking bill. Pay a bill. Pay a goddamn bill.
Always begging. Damn.
Can we get on the phone? No, get on the phone with billing. Don't talk to me. Talk to billing.
once again the way the ladies talk to the men
I'm not
is
submitting to no man that expect me to go 50-50. You want your wife to bear your children, cook, clean, work enough hours to handle big bills, and take care of you? You expecting me to pay big bills, baby? I'm gonna want some bussy when I get off of work. Fuck is you talking about? Bend that ass over. Let that bussy breathe. This what you wanted, right? 50-50, right? And I do mean assume the position when I get off of work. As soon as I get off of work, that ass better be tooted up. As soon as he get up off me, I'm gonna look at him like, my turn. My turn.
once again the ladies are talking to black men like,
What top tier? Your dick is not equal to my fucking pussy. Point blank
His
period.
dick ain't equal to your fucking bills neither.
God damn. Look, at the end of the day, I ain't
Them
fucking
bills
no
got
broke
your
ass nigga.
them bills got your name on it. They don't have his dick name on it.
At the end of the day, I ain't fucking no broke ass nigga. Do what you want with your pussy.
Yeah, you
but
don't
this
have to
pussy
fuck
got
no
a price
broke
tag
ass
on
nigga.
it. Straight
You
up.
look, no, nah. You can fuck a nigga that ain't broke. That's not a problem. But just because he ain't paying your bills, don't mean he fucking broke. That mean it ain't his goddamn responsibility. Your bills got your name on it. It don't have his dick name on it.
Okay, you're right. I land my plane.
You see how that mouth tighten up?
so to the young lady, when the majority, oh yeah, I said that, the vast majority of black men's interactions with black women, it's some type of something like this, or you know this is about to happen. She either gonna imply some bill, suggest that a bill is due, somehow subtly imply, suggest, outright say something about money, inquire about your money, ask questions to kind of figure out something about your money, whether she got it or not. She probably don't got it. Whether she's doing well and she can sustain and maintain herself or not, she probably can't. You damn right. Some black men look at y'all like y'all got flies flying around your face and you in the super struggle. Because guess what? Ooh, damn Z, you about to say it. You probably are in the super struggle. Goddamn. You probably are in the super struggle. Madam, maybe you're not in the super struggle, but the majority of black women are. And that's the cost of their autonomy. Their asshole attitude. The I do what I want. Their immaturity. Them being whimsical. The cost of it is, well, ta-da. Huh? You damn right. And no hero says, I haven't met a woman yet that wasn't in shambles in some way. Once again, the median salary in America is $43,000 a year. The average salary in America is $64,000 a year. The average. The average is being pulled up by mainly Indians, some elite white dudes, and a handful of you highly paid, mainly white collar, some blue collar men. And even with all of those folks in the tech industry, etc., the average salary is still 64,000. Not 100,000, not 150, not $250,000, $64,000 a year, average. But closer, it's 43,000. We'll even say 45,000. Median. That means the middle. The women don't got it. No heroes. The women don't got it. They all fronting. Not all of them. Most of them. The vast majority. Maybe if you live in a major city, you come across a couple of women, even black women, earning a cool 65,000, 70. But let's be very clear, that ain't a thing. Huh? So I wanted to come to y'all with this. I don't know what I'm gonna title it yet. Right? Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. Y'all can suggest titles. The ladies don't got it. They don't have it. They're in the struggle. They're in the angriness epidemic, the female angriness epidemic is because there's a whole lot of black women in the struggle, not on the man's program, living out here reckless. Mr. Z living out here reckless. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. Living out here reckless. And this is the cost of it. When you're not on a man's program, you're not being subsidized by a man, or you're trying to piecemeal. You got this guy down the street who slides you a couple dollars. Then you got a male coworker who you have pay for lunch for you here and there. Huh? You getting a discount from the mechanic. Y'all gives you a second. And we're back. Y'all already know reckless, reckless tax. But yeah, y'all already know what it is. Don't put it in the comments. Don't put it in the comments. And we're back. Okay, yeah, got that out the way. All right, yeah. So I don't know what I'm gonna title this. Still trying to think about it, but I definitely wanted to cover that young lady speaking about the angriness epidemic. I wanted to talk about my goddamn fellow Haitian and Haitian Americans and this weirdo stuff. You know, it's not. We have a bunch of folks, like I said, who took the environment for granted, particularly the environment that has existed over the past 6 or so decades. What sticks out to me and what I'm reminded of is Black Uru saying on one of my panel discussions a little while ago, and he was speaking to BGS, and what he was saying to BGS is these young folks don't appreciate. I don't remember what year he specified. I want to say he said something like between 69 and 70, or like 79 and no, it wasn't 79 and 80. I want to say he said between like the 60s and how much the world changed. And obviously I wasn't there at the time, but I can see it. I can see this like naivete, this taken for granted, this status quoism. And clearly, if you're not a student of history, you can easily fall for, this is the way the world is, and this is the way the world will always be. See, this is the way the world is. It's somewhat understandable. This is the way the world will be. There's an assumption that you just keep on progressing up, right? And I used to play this clip from the channel Then and Now. It's a white British philosopher, and he was covering Vladimir Putin, and what he was saying about Russia and Vladimir Putin is the Russians, including obviously Vladimir Putin, they don't have this assumption that history just keeps on moving up and to the right. I'm saying this right now, right? That those weren't his words, but this is Mr. Z's telling of it. And there's this assumption that history just moves up and to the right. And like, that's not true, right? And you can see this with the young folks, but with women, right? Even with Black women. And for the life of me, if anyone can find this clip, please send it to Z and put emergency on it. It's a clip of a white woman. I want to say she was a blonde, and she spoke about going on a date or something like that. And we are back. My apologies, y'all. I was in a dead zone like a mug, and it was not. I was like reload, nothing. Right. So we're back. So what I was imploring y'all to do, if you can find this, if anybody can find this video, please send it to me with like the emergency emojis or the exclamation mark emoji. It's a video of a white lady. I want to say she was a blonde, speaking on dating some man, and they were speaking Okay, we're back. We're back. We're back. Z, what you got going on with your life? Look, I have no idea what's going on with this borging. I think I'm in a better place. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Let me ask my question one more again, and then we will end it on out. Right? Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. Clearly, audio issues and borging issues. I promise y'all it's not Mr. Z. So I asked about this video. If anyone ever comes across this video, please send me the link ASAP. It is a white lady, I want to say probably young-ish, 30-ish, 20-something-ish maybe, saying she went on a date and she was speaking to some man, and somewhere along the lines, I think something like what can't be done or what's difficult came about in the date. And I guess he was like, oh, that's not how that works, or that's not this, or this not that. And she said, I'm never going out on a date with him again, because who wants that type of energy, or who wants that not to happen? Who wants to be around that? If you ever come across that video, please send me that link. Please, like ASAP, right? So she's white and she's blonde, and if I remember correctly, she was either laying in bed or sitting on a couch or something like that. If you cut, I saw this video maybe like 3-4 months ago, something like that. Could have been 2.5 months ago. And No Hero says, I saw that recently. If y'all see it anywhere, please send me the link ASAP. right? And she was like, who wants to be around that or whatever, something like that. Send me that ASAP, right? So yeah, that video speaks to a lot of when men speak to women about their delusion, how easy it is for women to dismiss it because they think we're just Debbie Downers and losers and we're just making excuses, right? So yeah. So hopefully y'all heard that. Little Plastic Spoon says she got the 8 because he didn't want the cheese. He was cheap. Okay, so that's the video. The cheeseburger video. Little Plastic Spoon says, okay, I'm gonna find that because I've been looking for this damn video for like 2 months. Right? Yeah. Okay. Thank you for that, Little Plastic Spoon. You have saved me. So once again, if y'all come across it, send it to me, but I'll look for it myself too. Right? So thank you for that. And a Little Plastic Spoon said, oh, never mind. I saw that about the same time as Uzi. That was a while ago. Yeah. I'm gonna go look for it right now. Because we're about to end on out. We're 3 hours in. Oh boy. So once again, y'all, we will pause right here. Right. Shout out to the replay gang. Thank you, Bun and Hype Bun, please and thank you. And Cash App, all the things, the little Cash App thingy and email thingy. By the way, my Cash App and my email is right there on the bottom of the screen. It's been there for, I've been doing that for a little while now. Right. And obviously I have the live comments on the side, just in case YouTube strikes me, or I have to, because that's what ends up happening sometimes when y'all don't see the live comments in the stream. I mean, YouTube told me, hey, you played this video and it had this music in there, and so you have to take out the audio for that. And so when I edit it removes the live comments. So I put the live comments on the side just in case, so y'all could see that, see the live comments. So, once again, shout out to the replay gang. Shout out to all the members. Y'all should be getting a member stream in the next couple of days. Yeah, the first member stream, thank y'all for that. Once again, thank you to the members. Thank you for the kind words. Yeah, I didn't know how many people identified with me. I've had not a lot, but I've had private conversations with a couple of the brothers, and yeah, cathartic and therapeutic, better yet. That's the word, therapeutic. And so we will truly pause right here. Love, peace, and chicken grease. Y'all go check out other Black Manosphere content, other non-Manosphere content, for the love of God. And Mr. Z out. All right, y'all. And I'm going to look for that video right now.
You are now listening to Mr. Z Blackneffect.